and gentlemen, we welcome you in to the 5th annual 608 basketball tournament at Madison College. Good evening. It is December 19th, 2025, and we are set for some of the best high school basketball in the state of Wisconsin, in the Madison area, and beyond, to be on display over the next 2 days. Alongside the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau, my name is Jesse Nelson, and this is ESPN Wisconsin's presentation of the 608 basketball tournament. A pair of semifinal games in store for you this evening. First up, the Appleton North Lightning of the Fox Valley Association taking on the Oregon Panthers of the Badger Large Conference. Our second game tonight, the La Follette Lancers of the Big 8 taking on independent Yorkville Christian from Illinois. Dennis, a couple of fun matchups tonight, some great players on display, but most importantly, it's our pleasure to be back here at the 608 basketball tournament taking in some elite boys high school basketball this weekend. Yeah, and when I was talking to the coaches earlier, Chris Kellett, the coach for Appleton North, he actually coached Chris Siebert, the Oregon coach, at Lawrence University. So wow. they talked the other night because Appleton North had a tough game on they lost to Kaukauna 60-59, had a buzzer beater, and then the Panthers also played, and they lost to Beaver Dam. So they're kind of commiserating a little bit, but Coach Siebert really wanted to play in FV8. There's a lot of respect for the Fox Valley. And he wanted to play an FA team, and he asked to play against his old coach, which is pretty cool. Going to be pretty fun to see these two teams in action tonight. The Appleton North Lightning, 4-1 on the season. The Oregon Panthers, 2-2 on this season. Let's start with Oregon, Dennis, because maybe most notably is the player who is not on the floor tonight. Vaughn Carvalho, the superstar the last few years for the Panthers at Bella Vista Prep in Arizona now this season as he prepares for an illustrious college career and likely beyond, knowing that we've seen him in action here in the Badger Large over the last few seasons. But Oregon still has a senior-laden group that wants to make some noise here at this tournament this weekend. Well, actually, coming into high school, they were really excited for Vaughn and also for Braden Hermsdorf, who's an outstanding player. Braden's had 3 knee surgeries. And in 2 years? In 2 years, yeah. And so he hasn't played since his freshman year, and he's really looking forward to getting a chance to play out here. Meanwhile, for Appleton North, they win their first 3 games against Winneconne and Appleton West at home before beating Oshkosh West, coming off a win against Kimberly just last night. The Appleton North Lightning, Dennis, a team that is expected to be right at the top of the FVA here in 2025 and 2026. Yeah, they lost to Kimberly in the regional finals last year. We're 18-8. They're off to a 4-1 start, 3-1 in the FVA. And their look on this is going to be their 3rd and 4th game this week. They play Tuesday, Thursday. So, and I told the coach, he said, yeah, but guys would rather play games than practice. He goes, yeah, but you can't fix anything if you're running on the fly. So they're looking forward to both games here, too. Couple of Division II commits. Nathan Ramus to Northern Michigan. Grant Hardy to Winona State. We'll tell you plenty more about them as we continue on into our broadcast here this evening. The two teams about to take part in starting lineups in our national anthem momentarily here at Madison College for the 608 basketball tournament. We will step aside as the lineups are introduced and the lights are dimmed. The light show, one of our favorite things that happens here at the 608 basketball tournament every season. Can't wait to bring it to you. Coming up next, Appleton North and Oregon. This is ESPN Wisconsin's presentation of the 608 basketball tournament.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
The team at Midwest Financial Group are values-based financial specialists that offer full-service financial solutions. This local independent firm has been dedicated to helping people achieve their financial, tax, and insurance goals for over 30 years. Visit mfgteam.com to learn more about how they can help set up your future for financial success. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor.
ESPN Wisconsin's presentation of the 608 basketball tournament at Madison College. Alongside the Dean, Dennis Semrau, my name is Jesse Nelson, and we get you set for the Appleton North Lightning and the Oregon Panthers, the first of our two semifinals of the 608 basketball tournament here this evening. The Lightning 4-1 on the season, Oregon 2-2. The Lightning being introduced here at Madison College. They will be in their home white uniforms here this evening with the navy blue on either side, North written across the front. The Oregon Panthers will be the designated road team this evening in their road black uniforms with orange and white letters on each side. Oregon, Dennis, in the Badger Large, they're a team that expects to still contend for a conference title this season, despite losing their best player with college and NBA aspirations from a year ago. Oregon tonight to beat Appleton North. What does the student, Chris Siebert, have to do to take down the mentor, Chris Kellett?
Number one, be solid in defensive transition, and they wanted to keep live ball turnovers off the board because they don't want them to be in transition. And the last is be vocal on defense. This is the best passing and cutting team they've seen this year.
Looking forward to a really fun contest tonight, Appleton North and Oregon. Meanwhile, for the Lightning, what do they need to do? What are their keys to victory?
Contain the basketball means keep the guy in front of you. Don't let anybody get behind you. Contest their shooters and clean up the glass because Oregon really hits the boards hard.
The first of two semifinals tonight at Madison College. It'll be La Follette and Yorkville Christian coming up in our second game a little bit later. 4 games tomorrow, including a pair of showcase games. Freedom and Stoughton gets it started at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon, and then the nightcap, Mount Horeb and Slinger. You want to talk about some Division I college talent that'll be on display in the Madison area. Those 2 games tomorrow will feature a pair of superstars, Donovan Davis from Freedom and from Mount Horeb. Also Josh Manchester, who's getting a bunch of Division I looks. Plenty about tomorrow later to come. We are underway in semifinal number 1 of the 2025 608 basketball tournament, and the Oregon Panthers maintain possession, working left to right as you see it with us here on ESPN Wisconsin's presentation of the 608 basketball tournament. It's Mason Hoffer down near the left side. Now kick it over right. Will Schmidt getting the start in the road black uniforms for Oregon this evening. He's at the top of the key. Kick it left. Open 3 off the back of the rim. No good. And an empty trip for Oregon to begin this contest.
Yeah, it looks like Braden Hermstorff had 102-degree temp last night. And weren't sure if he was going to play or start, but yes, Will Schmidt is in his spot.
Appleton North, first offensive look. Open 3 is down and good for Will Sweeney. First point to the 608 basketball tournament in 2025 belonged to the Appleton North senior. And now the Lightning with a steal. Chance to go up by a couple of scores in transition. Oregon gets back well defensively, so Appleton North will slow it down.
And Sweeney's a 42% three-point shooter, averaging 17 points. Only naturally he got the first bucket of the game.
Grant Hardy getting the start for Appleton North tonight. Weren't sure if he was going to be able to go, battling an ankle injury this week, but he is out on the floor. Shot no good off of Oregon. It'll stay on this end with Appleton North. 16:35 to go first half.
Looks like he's walking pretty well out there, so we'll see. But the FVA schedule, they got a game on Tuesday, so they want to be very careful with his playing minutes tonight.
Hardy with the ball here, number 5 in the home white uniforms. Keep an eye on him. He is one of the star players in tonight's contest, committed to Winona State University, where he'll play Division II college basketball next year. Pull-up shot no good for Sweeney. Battling for it underneath is Hardy, and a held ball is called. Possession gives it to Oregon. 16-12 to play in our first half. 3-0 Appleton North leads Oregon out of the gates of the 608 basketball tournament. Appleton North applying a little pressure in the backcourt. Able to break through is Nolan Erfurth. Kick it to the right corner, and that three is good for Will Schmidt, the senior. First points of the tournament for the Oregon Panthers, and he ties the game 2 minutes in.
Yeah, Schmidt didn't have a three-point percentage this year, so it might have been his first make. He's only averaging 3 points a game.
Three-pointer on this end, no good for Appleton North. Off the front of the rim for Rosplakowski, and a rebound to Oregon. Here come the Panthers into the front court. Erfurth down to the left block. Runs out of room. Bounce it back up top for Mason Hoffer, and a whistle goes against Appleton North. First foul, I should say, on either team here in semifinal number 1. Dennis, this is our 5th season being able to be part of the 608 basketball tournament at Madison College. An outstanding event that Madison College and host Bill Kegler put on every season.
Yeah, I love this gym. You know, if a fan of basketball, come watch the Wolves here.
Driving inside, no good, and a rebound to Appleton North. 15-10.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to have a tough time with Rosplakowski throughout the course of the night. Look at that reverse layup. Nathan Ramis also going on to play Division II college basketball at Northern Michigan University. The Northern Michigan pipeline from the state of Wisconsin is strong, and he puts 2 points on the board to extend Appleton North's lead back in front 5-3. Lightning into the front court, left side, Sweeney. Now to Ramis. Top of the key. Oh, he shook the defender.
Nice.
Step back three comes up short. Oh, that was a good move by the Northern Michigan commit. Nathan Ramis just couldn't finish from deep.
It was an ankle breaker.
Erfurth. Over to the left corner for Schmidt. Schmidt looking for movement away from the ball, and he gets it now to Hoffer
all the way down.
at the top of the key. Now Nicholas Jacob. Back up for Hoffer. Hoffer drives with the left hand on the right side of the lane. Goes off the glass. Good for 2 to tie the game at 5.
He's averaging 9 points a game. Gets his first 2.
Mason Hoffer, a 6-foot senior.
Oh,
on
nice.
the other end, how about the left hand for Sweeney? He's got 5 of the 7 for Appleton North. And now a takeaway for the Lightning. Numbers if they go quickly. Right side, Rosplakowski into the paint. Goes up good. Matthew Rosplakowski's first points of the night for the sensational sophomore for Appleton North. 9-5, Lightning in front, a little over 4.5 minutes in. Into the left corner, driving baseline, running out of real estate. Now kick it out. Open look for 3 off the front of the rim. No good for Brady Hook. More on him in a moment. Oregon keeps it, and the 3 is nailed for Mason Hoffer. 5 of the 8 now for the Oregon Panthers. Oregon back within 1. Appleton North with a 9-8 advantage. Will Sweeney. Now to Rosplakowski. Approaching 13 minutes to play in the first half. Good basketball game so far in the early stages. We would expect nothing less at the 608 basketball tournament. Open look, quick 3, up off the back of the rim, no good for Rosplakowski. And a whistle goes against Appleton North. Couple of substitutions stepping in with 12:51 to play in our first half. The score 9-8, Appleton North in front of Oregon. Dennis, what stands out to you thus far watching the first 5 minutes and change here of semifinal number 1?
I love the way North is attacking the basket. I think it's pretty good shooters out here. All these guys can shoot the 3.
9-8, Appleton North in front. By the way, Appleton North averaging 75 points a game offensively, Oregon 70. Similar offensive statistics for both of these teams so far this season. I do like to share, as you know, Dennis, every time we do our games together, the magic number, a formula taught to me by legendary Bradley Braves play-by-play announcer Dave Snell. And so I will make sure we have our magic number for all of our broadcasts this season. Tonight's magic number, you're going to get a kick out of this one. 67.
Oh, okay.
6-7 is our magic number. First team to score that number, 98% chance to go on and win the game. I saw you were taking in some information from our officials as they were sorting
he was
some
calling a foul on
out.
10. There's no 10. It was actually on 21. And 21 was definitely a foul pushed off to get the rebound.
So that foul goes against Ethan Arft of Appleton North, for those who are keeping score at home. Oregon with an empty trip. Now here come the Lightning with a 1-point advantage. Pass into the paint is tipped away and into the hands of Will Schmidt for Oregon. Panthers with a chance to take the lead, crossing midcourt with 12:20 to go in the first half. Right side, now kick it all the way back out. Dangerous pass, but it ends up in the hands of Schmidt. Now right side, driving downhill, up and good. Kobe Diaz is a phenomenal sophomore coming in off the bench, getting starter minutes, averaging 7 points a game this season for Oregon as they're 5 games in now playing. Kobe Diaz is a name we'll want to keep an eye on here in the Madison area for the next couple of years, it would seem. Oregon in front 10-9, 11:45 to play in our first half. Off the screen, Rosplakowski goes up good. And Appleton North leapfrogs in front, 11-10. Open look for three, comes up well short, and it lands on the baseline out of bounds off of Oregon. I think that might have been Diaz taking the shot, saying it may have been partially deflected by Appleton North. The officials say it was not, and so it goes to Appleton North, the Lightning with a 1-point advantage, 11:26 to play in the first half. Winner of this game will play in the championship at 4:30, approximate start time tomorrow afternoon. The loser tonight will play in the consolation game, the third place game, at about 3 o'clock tomorrow. Showcase games bookending the action on 6:08 Saturday tomorrow at 1:30 and at 6 o'clock. And a lot of college talent on display in those 4 games tomorrow. You're not going to want to miss it. If you have the opportunity to come out and join us here at Madison College in the 608 basketball tournament, it will well be worth your while. Got a whistle against Schmidt for Oregon, his first personal. Dennis, in all the years that you've been part of this 608 tournament, and ESPN Wisconsin has been a proud media partner of this event for all 5 seasons of its existence, what has stood out to you most from calling games here at Madison College?
Well, one, this is the college court for these guys, so it helps them if they want to get to state. The competition has been very good, and we've always had a team from outside the state of Wisconsin with a marquee type player. The problem I had last year was a lot of the marquee players either were hurt or left school.
Brady Hook good for 2. Oregon with a 12-11 lead and a timeout. Appleton North with 10:24 to go in our first half. Oregon in front, a closely contested game as we approach the mid-stage of our first half tonight in semifinal number 1. I'm glad you brought up what you did about the court, because that's something we talk about every year when we do get to the state tournament, and even sometimes as you play in regionals, you may get to, or sectionals I should say, you get to college courts where there's just a little bit more distance for players to run, and that can wear on you as you play throughout the course of multiple games over a couple of days.
It's tough when you're pressing, your floor's spread out. Coaches like soccer players because they're used to the wide field and how they can read the field. Wes Matthews would have been a D1 soccer player, ended up playing college for the Bucks.
But things worked out pretty well for him.
Right, you see that, and in this type, I think coaches and teams like to run like it. Now, if you're a post player and you got to go baseline to baseline, those extra feet wear on you.
Inbound comes in for Appleton North, trailing 12-11. Oregon's been feisty here after Appleton North jumped out to the early lead. Speaking of which, a steal, but a swat by the Lightning. And Appleton North has it into the front court. Ramus. Kick it left side. Hardy. Couple of Division II commits exchanging on the possession here. Hardy picks up the dribble. Now gets it out top for Radke. Alexander Radke thought about going inside, instead goes back up top. Into the hands of Hardy. Grant Hardy. Pass right. That's over to Sam Keel into the game for the first time tonight. Rosplakowski drives baseline. And a whistle against Oregon with 9:43 to play in the first half. There's been some amazing Division I college talent that has come through this gym at this event over the last several seasons. None more of a standout as this shot is good for Ramus. Appleton North back in front by 1. None more of a standout than Con Knippel a few years ago with Wisconsin Lutheran when they played in this gym against Nolan Winter, a future Wisconsin commit from Minnesota. That was a tremendous tournament.
I thought it was pretty cool when we watched him win a state championship. Then we watched him at Duke. Now we're watching him in the NBA. And I'm in a fantasy basketball league. I got him in the 10th round of my team, and he's playing really well. I'm really happy for that one.
He has been a star for the Charlotte Hornets this season, no doubt, especially when they returned to Milwaukee back in the early stage of the season. Kobe Diaz now has 4 points on the night, and Oregon is back in front 14-13 at the midpoint of the first half, under 9 minutes to play here in the first. And now this is thrown into the backcourt by Appleton North. And that will be a turnover to Oregon. Looks like the Lightning a little out of sorts here, Dennis, after the opening stages. Oregon playing pretty well defensively, and it's opened up some offensive opportunities for the Panthers to jump in front.
Oh, definitely. It's good to see North look like we're going to start pulling away here with those first buckets. But Diaz giving them a little lift off the bench, 4 points. Came in averaging 7 points a game.
Inbound comes into Brady Hook in the backcourt. Hook averaging 15 points a game, the leading scorer for the Oregon Panthers. And what did Coach Chris Siebert say about Brady Hook, Dennis? So you wrote this in some of our pregame notes in your conversation with Coach Siebert this week, and I thought it was a really incredible line.
He said he's been our best player. Nobody knows who he is because he had some injuries last year, and all the attention was on Kavala. But again, part of that senior class that they thought was going to have a chance to take him maybe to the state tournament.
Hook at the free throw line where the first shot is up and good. He's a 67% free throw shooter on the year. 15 points, 4.5 rebounds, 5 assists. He shoots 46% from the field. A really solid player, and with the loss of Von Carvalho transferring to Bella Vista Prep in Arizona, Hook has emerged as the team's leader this season.
Yeah, I asked Coach Siebert, you think the guys are playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder? He goes, yeah, because when Carvalho left, it that we're not going to be any good. The guy says, that's fine, don't worry about it. So they like being under the radar. And that they were picked for 5th in one poll. Coach Siebert said they were picked last in another one. I don't think this is a last-place team.
Don't look like it right now as they get a takeaway into the front court. Trevor Mehring left side now back over to Hook. Hook downhill, extra pass. Oh, that was a great dish and a great finish by Diaz. The leading scorer in this game, Kobe Diaz with 6. Oregon's largest lead of the first half, it's 18-13. Panthers came to play in the 608 basketball tournament.
Yeah, they're not going to back down from anybody. Another thing, watch the physicality. Almost every player except one in the main rotation played football.
Ramus into the paint, draws contact, and an offensive foul is called on Ramus. The shot went down also. If that would have been called the other way, this could have been a two-point game, and instead, Oregon draws the contact. They baited him into it, and a foul on the Northern Michigan commit, Nathan Ramus, offensively. 7:36 to play in our first half as Oregon inbounds and into the front court. Left side of the floor is Mehring. It's taken away. Ross Blakowski ran out of real estate, and it's knocked out of bounds. We're going to say it's Appleton North basketball with 7:25 to play in the first half. Semifinal number 2 coming up after this game tonight. Madison La Follette and Yorkville Christian set to square off. 2 teams that have played in this tournament before. We'll tell you about that as we continue on in our action. Appleton North. Hardy, step back, 3. He drills it. Open look, you can't give Grant Hardy that kind of space. The senior knocks it down, and a timeout Oregon with 7:10 to go in the first half. 18-16, Oregon leads Appleton North. 30-second timeout, and we'll take it with them here on ESPN Wisconsin's presentation of the 608 basketball tournament.
Bucky wants a Honda with lots of headroom. Fish Hatchery Road. Something with room for all your friends, right? These are the people who take good care of you. It's gotta be red, of course. Get to know Zimbrick, 'cause you deserve it.
Zimbrick Honda. Hundreds of options. Zero hassle.
Zimbrick, Fish Hatchery Road.
Jesse Nelson, Dennis Semrau, Appleton North, and Oregon in semifinal number 1 of the 2025 608 basketball tournament at Madison College. The Panthers with an 18-16 advantage as we approach 7 minutes to play in the first half. Oregon in front where they have played for the last few minutes in the mid stages of this first half. The Panthers have stayed in front. We'll see if they can extend the lead on this offensive possession out of the timeout. Nolan Erfurth working free throw line extended right, now back up top all the way to Hook and now to the corner for Trevor Mehring. Mehring looking against the Appleton North defense. They play him tightly all the way to the right side. Erfurth drives inside, almost threw it out of bounds. Instead, open look, left wing, halfway down and out, no good. And the putback is stripped away by Appleton North. They'll run out in the front court. Losing control, running out of real estate on the baseline, and out of bounds off of Oregon. It'll stay with Appleton North with a chance to tie or take the lead.
Smart move, threw the ball off there. 3 players. That was a triple team going to the basket there. He was not going to get a shot up.
Nathan Ramis does the inbounding, comes into Ross Blakowski in the corner. Now again, here's Hardy in the corner. Pulls up for 3, no good off the front of the rim, and a rebound to Oregon. Hardy liked the look. 16th ranked player in the class of 2026, Grant Hardy. We were hoping that he would be good to go tonight. It appears that he is a full go for Appleton North.
Looking very good. That was a guy really was disappointed when coach said he would game time, he may not play, but he can create. He plays with great pace and confidence. Not afraid to take over and pressure shots, so if the ball goes down to the end, it's going to be in his hands.
Dealing with an ankle injury that he sustained in conference action this week. They do have another conference game coming up on Tuesday, as Dennis mentioned a little bit earlier in the broadcast. Foul goes against Appleton North offensively, so a turnover to Oregon with 5:46 to play in the first half. 18-16, Oregon in front. Both teams have gone cold offensively here over the last minute plus. See if Will Schmidt has something to say about that. Schmidt, oh, great pass down to the right block, and it's up and good for Mason Hoffer. He's got 7 points unofficially now tonight. Hoffer puts it in, and Oregon's up by 4.
Coach Siebert said he was impressed with North passing and cutting. That was perfect pass, great cut to the hoop. Nice
Ramis
layup.
to Hardy, couple of Division II players passing back and forth. Let's see if they can get the offense going for Appleton North. Left side, Ross Blakowski drives downhill, contested from behind, and a foul is called on Brady Hook. It'll send Ross Blakowski to the free throw line. 5:07 to play in the first half. And it's Matthew Ross Blakowski attempting a couple of free throws. 77% free throw shooter. Ross Blakowski, the sophomore, puts the first one in. Came off the bench as a freshman last year. Now getting starting time as a sophomore, and the 6'1 sophomore averaging 19 a game. He's been impressive.
Brady Hook with that foul, a little sportsmanship. He helped his competitor up and makes 2 free throws.
Ross Blakowski knocks them both down. 2-point game, 20-18 in favor of Oregon with 5 minutes to go in the first half here of semifinal number 1 of the 608 basketball tournament. Into the left corner, Nolan Erfurth. Back over for Hoffer, out beyond the three-point line. Tried to make a great cutting pass down low. This time it's stolen away by Appleton North. I'm going to give Dennis the jinx there for saying how great the passing was on the last possession, and then they immediately turn it over on the next one. Pump fake, Hardy, contested, needs help, gets it, now gets it back. Swing it all the way to the right-hand side for Ross Blakowski. Nothing over there, and so they'll try again on the other side. Sweeney with the left hand, up off the glass, and he ties the game through traffic. Knotted at 20, great shot by Will Sweeney. And now what do we have?
Got a turnover traveling.
Oregon travels in the backcourt when they were uncontested. So now Appleton North will get the basketball with 4:19 to go in the first half. That's an error for Oregon that could result in the Lightning getting back out in front.
They don't want to. They want to limit live turnovers. Well, that wasn't a live one because they couldn't score right away off it. But they got the possession.
Bounce pass to Ross Blakowski. He's fouled, and he'll shoot 2 free throws again. 4:17 to play in the first half. Kind of a hard foul. Ross Blakowski hit the deck pretty good there, but He'll bounce right back up and go right back where he's been solid so far this season at the free throw line.
Can I say something else that I don't want to get in trouble for?
That's okay. What do you got?
There's only 4 fouls on each team with 4 minutes to go in the first
Why
half.
you got to do stuff like that, Dennis?
Means he's letting them play, and we're having fun watching it.
First free throw is good for Rosplakowski. Puts Appleton North in front. I was listening to Prep Mania Weekly on ESPN Madison this week. You and Hunter Vaughn hosted every week, talking about all the latest happenings in area high school sports. Bill Kegler, the coordinator of this tournament, joined you guys. And I heard a commitment from you. They're doing free haircuts here at Madison College.
I
heard if it goes 5 overtimes, you'll be getting 608 shaved into the back of those whiskers up there. Is that what I heard?
If it goes to 4, I'm out of the gym.
We'll cover you if it gets to 4.
There's not much back there anyway to come.
Up and, it rattles around. Good for Sweeney taking over in this contest. Appleton North extends the lead back by up by 4, 24-20 with 3:45 to play in the first half. Quick shot for Oregon. Hoffer no good. And Appleton North the other way. Sweeney guarded one-on-one by Hoffer. Now a bounce pass to the top of the key. Sam Keel stripped by Hook, but it's able to be possessed again by Rosplakowski.
It's a dangerous team because you got Hardy at 22 points a game, Rosplakowski at almost 19, and Sweeney at 17. Who do you double team? Who do you stop?
A lot of guys scoring a lot of points. Evan Ryan took the pass from Hardy a little too high, and he lost it out of bounds, turned over to Oregon. As we approach 3 minutes to play in the first half, 24-20. Good game so far here in semifinal number 1, the 608 basketball tournament. Pass is intercepted, and here comes Rosplakowski. Couldn't quite slam it down, but still a good takeaway and a free 2 points for the super sophomore for Appleton North.
Two-hand laid it in. Just get the basket. Nothing fancy on that one.
26-20, nothing fancy but efficient. Oregon responds. Yes. Hook lays it up good off the rim. 26-22 and a timeout Panthers with 2:41 to play in our first half. 30-second timeout. We'll take this one with them as well. This is ESPN Wisconsin's presentation of the 608 basketball tournament.
When you or a loved one are faced with an unexpected injury or illness, Stoughton Health's urgent care is there for you. Stoughton Health has 4 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have urgent care locations in Stoughton, Oregon, McFarland, and Cottage Grove with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health accepts over 160 insurances, including Dean Health Plan, Quartz, Humana, and more. Please visit stoughtonhealth.com for more information. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
2 minutes, 41 seconds to play in the first half at the 608 basketball tournament. Semifinal number 1, and a good one so far. The Appleton North Lightning of the Fox Valley Association leading the Oregon Panthers of the Badger Large here in the Madison area. Alongside the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau. My name is Jesse Nelson. Our first of 2 semifinals here this evening at Madison College in the 608 basketball tournament still to come. Yorkville Christian and Madison La Follette in our nightcap, but plenty of business to take care of here in the first semifinal. Dennis, why does Oregon call that timeout after making that shot to cut the lead to 4?
I think maybe it's something defensively there that Chris saw. Right, the fact it got big.
Driving inside, Rosplakowski draws contact again, and stop me if you've heard this one before. Rosplakowski to the free throw line. Going to start paying rent at the charity stripe. 2:27 to play in the first half, 26-22. Rosplakowski's first shot up and good.
5 for 5.
You mentioned how good so many of these players have been this season, Dennis. Grant Hardy, Rosplakowski, Sweeney, and Nathan Ramis, all fantastic numbers for the Appleton North Lightning, as the second free throw is also good for Rosplakowski. It's a 6-point lead again for Appleton North.
And you mentioned him, Evan Ryan really has a turnover, but he's a sophomore, 6'4". Coach really likes him. He's been with the team, but he's going to see probably his most extensive action here tonight. It's a good place to get some experience.
Mason Hoffer guarded one-on-one, tries to kick to the left corner, ends up in the hands of Dylan McCarthy. McCarthy, the junior, driving inside, contested. Thought it was a clean block, but it's called a foul, and it will send Dylan McCarthy, the junior, to the free throw line for 2 with 2:06 to play in the first half. Dennis, as we look at some of these Madison area teams, we'll be seeing teams from the Badger Large, the Badger Small, of course the Big 8 over the course of this season. Oregon projected to be one of the teams at the top of the Badger Large. Who else expects to be in contention with them for the conference title
right
this
now,
season?
Beaver Dam's ranked in the top 10 in the poll. Wanakee had to replace all 5 starters, but they've come off with some pretty big wins to start with.
McCarthy good with both free throws, 28-24 with 2 minutes to play in the first half.
You're right, that was a clean block, but the foul came from the backside. Ross with the body.
Pull-up three is drained by Ross Blakowski.
Says, see, call a foul on me, I'll hit a 3.
31-24, largest lead of the game for Appleton North is 7 with 1:45 to play in the first half. Oregon, contested shot, out of bounds, off of Appleton North. It'll stay with the Panthers with 101 seconds to play before the break.
That was Ethan Pagel's quarterback of the football team. First year playing basketball. You know what he was doing in the winter before that? Playing intramurals. He was the best player playing intramurals. Coach finally got him to come out.
And speaking of which, the quarterback gets 2 points off the inbound pass. Turns out he might be pretty good at this basketball thing.
Well, I'll tell you, if they need a full court pass at the end of the game, he's got to throw it.
Ross Blakowski fouled as he comes across the midcourt line. 1:28 to play. Here in the first half, 31-26 is the score. That was the last foul to give on Oregon here in the first half. 16 fouls for the Panthers, 5 on Appleton North, pretty evenly distributed on both sides, with now under 90 seconds to play in the first half. Inbound into the backcourt for Ramus. He brings it across midcourt. Now all the way to the right side, Hardy. Goes left for Arft. Action away from the ball. Off the screen, Ross Blakowski. He's got the hot hand. Tries to go right baseline. No room, and so he'll reset out beyond the arc. Down for Hardy in the post. Hardy backing down the defender. One-on-one. Oh, he got him in the air, and then he uses the glass. What a move by Grant Hardy.
That was a 1-on-2. He was double-teamed from the backside, and he still powered it up and got the layup.
Going to Division II Winona State. Phenomenal play to extend Appleton North's lead, 33-26. 45 seconds now to play in the first half. Down on the right block, up no good for Hook, batted around, he gets it back. Feed it underneath for Schmidt, no. Third time's a charm for the Panthers. Nolan Erfurth's first points of the night. 33-28 with 30 seconds to go.
Way to be there, back door, clean it out, clean off the glass.
Nathan Ramus content to hold for the final shot of the half. Appleton North with a 5-point advantage. Clock continues to run down to 15 seconds. Fans making some noise, cheering on the Oregon defense. Appleton North, let's see who gets the shot. 7 seconds. Now Ramus goes all the way to the basket. Up and good for 2. 7-point lead, nearly stolen away, is stolen away, but clock runs out prior to Ross Blakowski knocking down the shot. Might have been the best highlight of the first half, but it didn't count. Nonetheless, Ramus with 2 and Appleton North up a touchdown, 35-28 as we get to the halftime break. Appleton North in front in semifinal number 1 of the 608 basketball tournament. We'll give you some of the first half numbers and look ahead to what's still to come in our second semifinal of the 608 basketball tournament tonight for Yorkville Christian and Madison La Follette. That's all still to come at the half, 35-28. Appleton North leads Oregon. This is ESPN Wisconsin's presentation of the 608 basketball tournament.
Is your home ready for a makeover? At Wanakee Remodeling, we specialize in exterior transformations that turn heads. New siding, flawless decks, and windows that shine. Our team delivers top quality craftsmanship with unbeatable warranties, ensuring your home stands strong and stunning for years to come. Call Wanakee Remodeling today at 608-442-0034 or visit WanakeeRemodeling.com. Schedule your free estimate and let us bring your vision to life. Wanakee Remodeling, building beauty that lasts.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
And not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. Over the past 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's top destination for player development and advancement, including over 468 college commitments and 27 MLB draft picks. Their facility in Windsor is the home of GRB Rays baseball and features over 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training. Tryouts for the 2026 summer season begin July 22nd. Find full training programs and register now at grbacademy.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Hey, this is Hunter. Reveal by Tacticam was created for hunters by hunters. We're the leader in cellular trail cameras, and we're committed to making every hunt smarter, easier, and more rewarding. Whether you're filling your freezer or taking a trophy buck. Head to Tacticam.com to check out the full lineup of cellular trail cameras and power management accessories, and see why thousands of hunters trust Reveal. That's TACTACAM.com.
Halftime of semifinal number 1 at the 608 basketball tournament at Madison College. 35-28 at the break. The Oregon Panthers trailing the Appleton North Lightning, leading all scorers. 15 points, Dennis, for Matthew Rosplakowski, the phenomenal sophomore for Appleton North, has carried the Lightning, especially in the back end of that first half, I should say.
Yeah, so what happens at halftime? He's going to change his jersey. Got blood on the jersey, so he's now going to be number 23. So we'll see if Oregon goes, wait a minute, who's 23?
For my next trick, I'll turn number 2 into number 23.
I hope they report that to the Oregon team.
He's been fantastic tonight, though. Rosplakowski with 15 to lead all scorers. 9 points for Will Sweeney, 6 for Ramus, 5 for Hardy. Those are the 2 guys who are going to be playing Division II college basketball, and they've only got 11 points of the 35 for Appleton North. That's how good the Lightning are and how deep they are. They've got some of their best players, and they're not even the guys that have been committed yet to going to play college basketball.
Well, yeah, along with the 15 points for Rosplakowski, he's got 4 steals. And then how about this for Will Schmidt stepping in for Hermsdorf. Hit the first bucket. He got a 3. He's got 3 assists in the first half. That's contributing.
Will Schmidt with 3 points for Oregon, leading the Panthers here in the first half. Mason Hoffer, the senior, with 7. Brady Hook has 6 as well. 35-28 our score at halftime. This is semifinal number 1 of the 608 basketball tournament. Our second semifinal coming up a little bit later tonight after the conclusion of this one. The La Follette Lancers out of the Big 8 Conference here in the Madison area, and Illinois' Yorkville Christian Mustangs. Dennis, when we talk about players going on to play college basketball at the Division I level that have come through this tournament, we'll get a look at another great one tonight. Jaden Riley, a 6'2 senior for Yorkville Christian, might be the best guard in Illinois, and he's going to be playing at SIU Edwardsville for the Cougars in the Ohio Valley next season.
Yeah, is that team familiar? Badgers played them.
Just recently
Where
they
Jack
came here,
Campion
yeah.
from Milton was on their team with starting guard. That's a good place to play.
It sure is. SIU Edwardsville has emerged as a pretty solid program here in the last several seasons. For the La Follette Lancers, Thean Riak, the senior, is a player that we should really get to know more than we have over the last couple of seasons because he's missed some time with an injury, but he is a superstar for the Lancers.
I was at the Middleton La Follette game on Wednesday night. He went down with an ankle injury at the end. Coach said, though, mild sprain. He expects him to play. We'll see. I got a call from Bill Kegler right after the game. How is it? And I go, well, Coach said mild sprain. We'll see. He goes, it's only 2 days for the tournament. So I could. It was a text, but I could feel the pain in the text because last year we went through this with Middleton. You know, Garlock didn't get to play because he was out, and then they lost their guard who got transferred to Iowa, moved to Iowa, and then we had a couple of other teams that had injured players or players that didn't suit up. So when you schedule these a year in advance, you hope the guys are going to be just like Kavala. Well, one of the reasons Oregon's playing it was because of him, but both of these teams are going to be playing not against each other, but in the basketball yearbook, Mark Miller's tournament coming up this following weekend.
Looking forward to seeing them there. Looking forward to seeing what they do throughout the course of this season. And, of course, looking forward to seeing what they do here at the 608 basketball tournament at Madison College this weekend. Lots still to take care of here in semifinal number one. 35-28, Appleton North leads Oregon. We're back in 60 seconds for the start of the second half here on ESPN Wisconsin's presentation of the 608 basketball tournament.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, you know, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
But not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
Come see what the buzz is all about at Madison Axe, Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Enjoy 8 lanes of axe throwing, interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard with 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Perfect for date night, groups, corporate meetings, or private events. Madison Axe is your destination for all things fun. Throw it, nail it, celebrate. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
18 minutes to play in our first semifinal of the 2025 608 basketball tournament at Madison College. Alongside the Dean, Dennis Semrau, I'm Jesse Nelson. Appleton North with a 35-28 lead on Oregon as we get set for the second stanza. A reminder, you can download the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. All your favorite ESPN Wisconsin shows, live broadcasts, exclusive content, opportunities to enter contests, and more. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app right now and subscribe for your favorite shows, including Wildy and Tausch, Kyle Bruston Nortman, Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe, Jim, Matt, and Molly, and of course Prep Mania Weekly with the Dean, Dennis Semrau, and Hunter Vaughn every week covering the best in area high school sports.
A couple of numbers that stand out here. Both teams have 8 turnovers, but Appleton North has gotten 5 more points off the turnovers. Also, points in the paint 20-16, but no bench points at all for Appleton North. It's been all starters. And they're shooting 62%. So much for being in a foreign gym and on a college court. It's like they're in their home court right now.
What do you think the key is here for Oregon to work their way back into this one and keep it close here in the second half?
Limit the turnovers for one. They got to keep pounding the boards. Right now, they only have a 3 rebound edge on the boards, and coming in, I thought they were a lot better than that.
608 basketball tournament at Madison College, showcasing some of the best talent in the state of Wisconsin and beyond. Second half underway. Appleton North working left to right as we see it with you here on ESPN Wisconsin's presentation of the 608 basketball tournament. Top of the key, Will Sweeney driving down. Appleton North appearing to be a little more intense intentionally here in the first 20 seconds. A lot more speed and agility on display early on, and they draw contact away from the ball. A foul goes against Will Schmidt of Oregon. 17:36 to play in regulation. And Appleton North will inbound on their own baseline. Might be the earliest I ever brought out the regulation term here with 17:36 to play. Three ball from the corner is good for Will Sweeney. He's into double figures now, 12 points for Sweeney, and the largest lead of the game for Appleton North, up by 10, 38-28, 40 seconds into the second half. Driving baseline, and Erfurth makes quick work of that double-digit lead, back down to 8. And the Panthers' first points of the second half belong to the senior Nolan Erfurth. 38-30. Up top, Alexander Radke, or correction, that's actually number 23. That's Ross Blakowski now. Mentioned Dennis with the number change with blood on the jersey at the halftime break. And now a whistle with the shot, no good.
Offensive foul.
And it's going to go against Appleton North. Going to get Arft called for the foul. 38-30. So Oregon gets points, gets a stop, and now they have a chance to cut it to a two-score game. Magic number is 67. First team to score 67 should they get there. 98% chance to go on and win the game. That magic number has only let us down a handful of times in the decade that Dennis and I have been calling games together.
I thought you were perfect for a while.
It was. It meant about 7 years before it missed. It's been a really good magic number for a very long time, and usually it's only a last-second three-point shot that ultimately leads to its demise. No good in transition following the steal for Appleton North. Couldn't finish. Arft now right side in the paint and out of real estate. Brady Hook turns it over. Here comes Appleton North. Left side driving downhill, and Ramus traveled with it. Oh, there was contact, but Ramus called for the walk. So a lot of running up and down the floor, but no points to show for it for either team. Still an 8-point lead for Appleton North with 16:08 to play in the game. And now Appleton North and head coach Christopher Kellett trying to get an understanding here of what's going on with the call. Looks like just a simple misunderstanding. One of the perks of us sitting this close to the bench, I could hear almost that entire conversation. Oregon into the front court, Hook bounce pass to the corner. Now over to Mason Hoffer, Schmidt beyond the arc. Off the screen, pump fake Nicholas Jacob into the paint. Jacob drives off the glass, off balance.
Hardy.
Contact, no whistle, and a rebound comes away to Appleton North. Hardy gonna go the distance. No, it's deflected from behind. Blocked by Hoffer, and he has it into the front court with numbers. Hoffer driving into the trees, turns around. Oh, extra pass, what a find! And Will Schmidt puts it in for two.
Well, Schmidt gave 3 just first half the time he was the recipient of a nice pass.
38-32 with 15:20 to go in the game. Right side, Sweeney drives baseline. Bounce pass into the corner for Ramus. Casually passes over to Hardy. Right side, Ross Blakowski. Oh, what a look and a lay-in. Easy for Ethan Arft. First points of the night for the sophomore forward Arft. 40-32, Appleton North in front. Off the screen, Hoffer, pull-up jumper. Oh, silky smooth. Mason Hoffer, what a shot. He's got 9. 6-point lead for Appleton North. 14:45 to go in the game. Right side, Ramus. Everybody's starting to heat up now at the 608 basketball tournament. More fans coming into the gym as well as we get set for the second semifinal coming up in a little bit between Yorkville Christian and La Follette. Love when it's a near capacity crowd here at Madison College. Left side, taken off, blocked. Ramus draws contact and he'll shoot 2 free throws. Starting to see Nathan Ramus emerge a little bit more here in the second half, Dennis. The 6'2 senior Northern Michigan commit. We called his name early in the first half, but for the most part, he was pretty quiet with just 6 points. Ramus, a 60% free throw shooter on the young season, puts this one easily through good for the first. And it's a 7-point lead for the Appleton North Lightning.
Yeah, Ramus does a little bit of everything here. 4 rebounds a game, almost 5 assists a game.
Second free throw good as well. First team all-conference player in the Fox Valley Association last season. He's a good one. Nathan Ramus, the kind of senior leader you need for a team that wants to contend for a state title. Brady Hook out top. Hoffer for 3. Oh, yes, sir. Mason Hoffer. He's got 12, and it's a 5-point lead for Appleton North with 14 minutes to go in the 608 basketball tournament's first semifinal.
Hook drawing a lot of attention. That time he just dished it off to his teammate. Wide open 3 from the key.
Arft, handoff a little clumsy, but he's able to get into the hands of his teammate. Now right side into the corner. Sweeney, no correction, that's Ramus. And a travel up top for Arft. That was not a good possession for Ethan Arft. 13:42 to play in the game, and a turnover to Oregon. Chance to make it a one-possession game this trip down the floor for the Panthers. Inbound pass comes in. Kobe Diaz. Speaking of sophomores, he's a good one for Oregon. Into the left corner for Dylan McCarthy, the junior. Now to Hoffer. Hoffer inside. And this time he adjusts course midair and goes off the glass. One-score game, 42-39. Hoffer's up to 14. And now a pass out of bounds into the Appleton North bench. A turnover by the Lightning. And Oregon has a chance to tie it with a 3. Timeout Appleton North with 13:16 to play in the game. 42-39. Appleton North leads Oregon, but Dennis, the Panthers are coming on strong here in the early stages of this second half.
That was a good timeout call. Try to kill the rally, just kind of get reset here on defense. Made a couple of mistakes offensively. And that last pass went right through Rospachowski's hands. So a couple of turnovers here, and you're back in it, especially when you got the 3 ball.
Ross Blakowski leads all scorers in the game with 15 points for Appleton North, but now Mason Hoffer, the senior wearing number 0 in the road black uniforms of the Oregon Panthers. He had 7 points in the first 18 minutes. Here in these first 4.5 minutes of the second half, he's matched that.
Yeah, you like to see that, coming in, averaging 9 points a game. And I think you're going to blow that one out of the water.
Second year as a starter for the Oregon Panthers, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Another guy who does a little bit of everything for Oregon, and for head coach Chris Siebert, that's sometimes exactly what you need from one of your leaders.
Well, 50% shooter from the floor, where you can do that as a guard. 6 foot, you're not going to get a lot of things inside, so it's pretty good for an outside player.
Inbound comes in for Oregon and Hoffer across midcourt. Chance to tie with a 3-point shot, down by 3. Hoffer tried to take it himself inside, too strong off the glass, contested from behind, no good.
The backboard is my friend, but not too high.
Yeah, got to treat it nicely. Right side, this is Ross Blakowski, again wearing number 23. He had to change his jersey at halftime due to blood on the jersey. Usually wears number 2 in the home whites for Appleton North. Swing it to the left, Ross Blakowski leads all scorers in the game with 15 points. Off the screen, right side for Sweeney. Sweeney trying to use Hardy's size to get some space, couldn't do it. Fans starting to make some noise with the thunder sticks that they're giving out here at Madison College. Right side, Ross Blakowski using the Hardy screen. Up top, didn't even think about taking the 3 Radke. Now, Sweeney. Appleton North continues to be patient. Now, Ramus tries to take it with contact, no whistle, out of bounds, last touched by Oregon. Long possession continues for Appleton North.
It's a double team there down low. Good block, but could not keep the ball in bounds.
12:09 to play, and Ross Blakowski on the inbound, fouled, and it goes. Chance for 3 at the line for the super sophomore, Matthew Ross Blakowski. Let him wear number 2, let him wear number 23, doesn't matter. It's going to be good no matter which jersey number he has.
Unfortunately, that was a bad one for Oregon because Hook picks up his 3rd foul now.
Mason Hoffer, Will Schmidt both check out of the game for the Panthers. Meanwhile, Ross Blakowski to the free throw line, 77% on the season, entering play tonight, and he does convert. Old school 3-point play. Appleton North needed that. Back up to a 6-point lead for the Lightning with 12 minutes to go in the first semifinal. Brady Hook, right side, top of the key. Now off the screen all the way into the corner. First action of the second half for Ethan Pagels, the quarterback of the football team for Oregon. Pagels gets it inside and in traffic, goes off the glass, good for 2. Ethan Pagels makes it a 4-point game. Contact and a foul on Oregon, driving quickly the other way by Ramus. Man, that's great court awareness by Nathan Ramus, the Winona State commit. Or correction, the Northern Michigan commit, Nathan Ramus. He knew exactly that he needed to try and get down the floor and draw contact. Able to get into the hands of Sweeney, and Sweeney goes to shoot 2 free throws, first of which is up and good. We've talked about Ramus, we've talked about Hardy, we've talked about Ross Blakowski. How about Will Sweeney, the 5'10 senior, averaging 17 points a game this season. 75% free throw shooter, and he knocks both down to extend it to a 6-point lead.
North's 71% shooting from the free throw line, 11 for 11 tonight. There's your difference in the score.
Looks like we've got a giveaway that rolls out onto the floor here. You know, they have so many fun things they give away here at the 608 tournament that sometimes
keep it in the stands.
You can't keep it all in your hands, and one of our fans unfortunately lost something that they collected out front, and collected by our friend Bill Kegler. We'll give him an assist for that. Left side, pull-up jumper short for Oregon. Rebound to Appleton North. 6-point lead for the Lightning. 11 minutes to play in the game. Left side of the floor. Ramus hands it off. 3-point shot, no good for Ross Blakowski. And now a whistle goes against
Hardy over
Appleton North. Yeah, they're going to get Hardy for it.
Good block out there.
4 fouls on Oregon in this half, just 2 on Appleton North now, with under 11 minutes to go in the game. First of 2 semifinals in the 608 basketball tournament. Right side 3, line drive, no good off the front of the rim for Nicholas Jacob. And a rebound to Appleton North. Would have made it a 1-score game. Instead, Hardy and the Lightning look to extend the lead. Ross Blakowski, too strong, no good. Offensive board collected by Appleton North. That's Radke, finds Sweeney for 3, and he buries it. Will Sweeney, 50-41, Lightning in front by 9. Offensive rebounds, critical for team success. Driving inside, contact as Brady Hook got to the rim. I don't think they're going to give him the continuation there. They will not. It's a non-shooting foul with 10:13 to go.
The continuation foul has come to high school, though. I saw it called a couple times the other night.
Do you like that decision by the WIA and by the officiating crews to allow that and make it more like the college and the pro game?
I like the score. You get some effort for it. You made the move, let him finish the shot.
Inbounding right in front of the giant 608 basketball tournament bracket here at Madison College. Comes in for Oregon. Extra pass down low, and the shot is good. Ethan Pagels, the quarterback, with 6. 7-point lead for Appleton North, 50-43. Panthers need some stops. Under 10 minutes to go. Swing it left. Open look for 3. Alexander Radke. No, but on a hop, he gets it back beyond the arc. Picks it up, now finds Sweeney. Sweeney's got the hot hand, almost threw it out of bounds. Instead, it's collected by Evan Ryan. Ryan now passes and takes it himself, drawing contact, shot no good. But Evan Ryan will shoot 2 at the line. Clock stops with 9:40 to play in the game, 50-43.
See why Coach likes him, 6'4" sophomore. He's going to be a player down the road. Get some good experience here in the tournament.
Evan Ryan, first free throw up and good. Last season, Appleton North finished 18-8 overall, third place in the Fox Valley. They lost in the regional final to Kimberly, a 5-point narrow loss. They avenged that loss, or at least as best they could, in a win over the Papermakers earlier this week. Second free throw, no good for Evan Ryan, so he goes 1 of 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point lead for Appleton North, the preseason favorite to win the Fox Valley Association here in 2026. Bounce pass down into the post. Hoffer triple teamed and stripped away by Grant Hardy. Into the front court, Ramus. Ramus, reverse layup, no good. Rebound to Oregon.
Great outlet pass from Hardy.
Panthers in a hurry. Bounce pass. Jacob deflected. Out of bounds off Appleton North, but Evan Ryan comes in and swats it. 9:05 to play. 51-43, an 8-point lead for Appleton North. Both of these teams in the 608 basketball tournament for the first time. Turnaround in the paint, Hoffer no good. Stays with Oregon, driving Brady. Hook, too strong, no good. Tapped back, loose ball up for grabs. Appleton North has it. And here comes Ross Blakowski in transition. 10-point lead for Appleton North with 8:45 to go.
And Ramos on the assist.
I thought we played volleyball last night.
Sore subject.
Yeah, you're telling me. Right side, Brady Hook. Driving baseline, and it's intercepted as he tried to throw it into the corner. Taken away by Ross Blakowski. 8:30 to go in the game. Matching the largest lead of the night for Appleton North. They can extend it even further on this trip down the floor. Ross Blakowski down into the post, triple teamed. Extra effort as the shot was missed, but Hardy puts it back in for 2. 12-point lead for Appleton North with 8 minutes to play.
It just looked like a guy playing on one leg to me, which is what the coach told me earlier today. He's pretty active.
Will Schmidt too strong for Oregon. Loose ball underneath. It's collected by Pagels. Pagels needs some help. Finds Hoffer up top. Good look for 3. Too strong, no good. And Appleton North got it, but Hardy falling out of bounds on that one leg. Couldn't preserve it cleanly. Throws it out of bounds.
Looked like he was trying to hit it off one of the Oregon players coming there and missed him. Instead went right out of bounds.
7:45 to go. 55-43, largest lead of the night for Appleton North in semifinal number 1 of the 608 basketball tournament. Been a pretty closely contested game throughout. Stolen away by Ramus. One-on-one in the front court. And he finishes. Nathan Ramus. Fantastic. And a 14-point lead for Appleton North. Right side, Brady Hook. Needs help. Finds it from Diaz. Shot for 3, no good. And a rebound to Grant Hardy. The Lightning striking here in the mid stages of the second half. 57-43, largest lead of the night for Appleton North. Ross Blakowski over for Alexander Radke. Off the screen, Evan Ryan for 3, no good. Oregon will run. Hoffer into the front court. Downhill, extra pass, and a layup good for Schmidt. Will Schmidt with 7 points now on the evening. Oregon needed a good break like that. They want to work their way back into this game. 6:40 to go. 12-point lead for Appleton North.
It's good rotation with Hermsdorf. When he's back, they've got 3 solid players off the bench.
Evan Ryan. No, correction, that's Radke. Alexander Radke good for 3. 15-point lead for Appleton North. They gave him just enough space that he was able to find a clean look. 60-45. Great shot by Radke, his first points of the night. Left side. And now back up top to Mason Hoffer. Hoffer over to Erfurth, driving down into the post. Kick it out. Oh, good look for 3. Too strong, no good for Brady Hook. Rebound Appleton North, 15-point lead under 6 minutes to go. Dennis starting to look like Appleton North is in control here in the second half.
And Hardy is definitely a difference maker out there. He doesn't have to be scoring. He's just all over. Rebounding, passing, playing pretty good defense.
Speaking of which, here's Hardy. Dishes it out. Evan Ryan, clean look for three, and he knocks it down. Just like that, an 18-point lead has opened up for Appleton North with under 5.5 to go.
The defense collapsed on Hardy, kicked it right out for the easy three.
First points of the night for the sophomore Evan Ryan for the Appleton North Lightning. 3-point shot, air ball from the corner for Oregon. And the clock continues to tick down toward 5 minutes to play.
Oregon's gone cold. It's 3 straight possessions on 3-pointers they missed.
Appleton North, preseason favorite to win the Fox Valley, and you're starting to see why here in the second half. Left side, Ross Blakowski back up top for Hardy, and they will play patiently with the clock in their favor.
Spread the floor.
Ramus swing it left. Again, number 22 is Radke. Knocked down a 3 a couple of moments ago. This time it's Hardy for Ramus. 4:30 to go. Oregon's going to have to initiate a little more on defense here if they want to force a turnover or at least make Appleton North move.
Very good passing, very good patience here. This is kind of midseason form the way they're running this.
Bounce pass into the paint for Hardy. Pull up mid-range jumper off the mark. Long possession results in nothing for Appleton North, but they burn more than a minute of clock that time down the floor.
I think he got tired of passing. He just wanted a shot.
And now a bounce pass goes out of bounds right into the hands of Coach Bill Kegler. He does not play for either Appleton North or Oregon. He runs this tournament. It's out of bounds to Appleton North. 4:01 to go.
And we have a Mark Miller sighting right over by Mr. Kegler.
Appreciate everything Mark Miller does to help continue coverage and grow the game here in the state of Wisconsin.
Check out his basketball yearbook out again. Fantastic. Almost like a telephone book. It's that thick.
What's that, says the youth of America. Foul is called, by the way, here on Kobe Diaz. 3:45 to play. 63-45. Appleton North appears to be in the driver's seat to advance to the championship game tomorrow afternoon. Winner of this game plays at 4:30 for the tournament title. The loser will play in the third place consolation game at about 3 o'clock. All the action gets started tomorrow here at the 608 basketball tournament with maybe the game of the weekend at 1:30. Stoughton and Freedom squaring off in one of our showcase games featuring the ultra-talented Donovan Davis of the Freedom Irish. Played for a state championship last year. He was electrifying in the Kohl Center.
The Slinger Mount Horeb game is going to be pretty good, too. The Conan brothers for Slinger, both of them being recruited by the Badgers. And Josh Manchester at 58 against Sauk Prairie last week.
Manchester has a bunch of Division I offers. Both of those showcase games will feature maybe 2 of the best Division I prospects in the state of Wisconsin, with Manchester for Mount Horeb and Donovan Davis from Freedom. Again, a credit to everybody here at the tournament, including Bill Kegler, for getting those teams to come showcase those talented players and the rest of their rosters. You know, they're supported by a great team as well. On both fronts.
Little tip, Slingers here in the showcase. They're going to be here next year as one of the 4 teams.
Thrown into the backcourt and a turnover by Oregon. We'll give it back to Appleton North. 2:34 to play in the game. So it appears that Appleton North will play in the championship tomorrow at 4:30. Oregon will likely play in the consolation game at 3 o'clock.
That's it. Going off the dogs, pulling Hardy out, pulling the starters.
And it's interesting because Appleton North did just play a game last night. They're playing tonight and, of course, no matter what, they play tomorrow.
And they played on Tuesday.
So 4 games over the span of
5 days.
5 days is a pretty unique run. High school teams in the state of Wisconsin typically don't play that many games in that short of a window.
And they play next Tuesday.
Not surprised to see some of the starters come out. That's probably something Appleton North will look to navigate with head coach Chris Kellett here over these games both today and tomorrow. So as we look at Oregon here, Dennis, with Sweeney to the free throw line here for Appleton North. Oregon's probably going to lose this game. They're going to drop to 2-3 on the season. They are a team that expects to contend for the Badger Large Conference title. What'd you see tonight from the Panthers that they need to correct in order to finish in 3rd place in this tournament tomorrow afternoon, and then more importantly, continue the momentum into 2026?
They just went cold here in the second half. If they pick it up a little bit with the scoring, I think they'll be fine. Again, this is a team that one of their mainstays averaging a double-double. Hermsdorf's not playing tonight. That hurts them big time.
3-point shot, no good for Darren Clay in the corner. Several reserves in the game for both teams. Will Karstensen, number 21, has it here at the top of the key for Oregon. He hands it for Trevor Mehring. Mehring launches a three, no good. And a rebound is collected by Appleton North, Sam Keel. Now Sweeney and a timeout from the Appleton North bench with 1:46 to go. 20-point lead for the Lightning. 1:46 to go in the game. So a reminder for those of you who are watching with us, ESPN Wisconsin's presentation of the 608 basketball tournament, you will have to find a new ticket to watch semifinal number 2 coming up here this evening. There's a separate ticket for you to watch the Madison La Follette and Yorkville Christian game coming up after this one. Warm-ups will begin pretty quickly after we're all done here, and then tip-off scheduled for about 8 p.m. in semifinal number 2. Just want to make sure everybody's aware of that. If you're watching along with us tonight, we appreciate you joining to take in the 608 basketball tournament and ESPN Wisconsin's presentation of it. We will broadcast every game of this tournament, including the showcase games, tomorrow afternoon into the evening, and it'll all be done by the time the Packers kick off with the Chicago Bears at 7:20 tomorrow night. Fits very nicely into the schedule.
Yeah,
What?
we hope that last one doesn't go overtime, that's all.
I think we'll be all right tomorrow night. They keep this thing pretty on schedule. Bill does a great job. 1:30 to go in the game. 3-point shot, no good from the top of the key for Ross Blakowski. Here comes Oregon. Out front, left side, open look for three. Danny, nice, knocks it down. Hey, nice shot, Danny. 65-48 with 1:10 to play. You like that one?
You were waiting for that.
I sure was.
You had it loaded up, ready to go.
Appleton North going to improve to 5-1 on the season. Rebound collected by Dane Smith, wearing number 3 in the home whites for Appleton North into the game for the first time this evening. Now dribbling downhill, Ben Zablowski couldn't get it, and a turnover with 40 seconds back to Oregon. If we've learned anything from the college game this year, it's that the fans would go crazy if Appleton North were to get 2 more points. The kids love when you get to 67. We'll see if they're able to do so before time runs out.
Ooh, draw foul.
And Mehring drew contact. Clock stops with 31.5 to go, and Trevor Mehring will shoot a couple of free throws for the Panthers. So Oregon to play tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock in the consolation game. Appleton North to play in the championship at 4:30 tomorrow. Just need to figure out who the opponents will be with game number 2 of these semifinals of the 2025 608 basketball tournament coming up in about 20 minutes. Madison La Follette and Yorkville Christian here at Madison College. Can't wait to bring that to you. You're going to want to stick around for it. Some very talented players for La Follette and for Yorkville Christian. Division I commit going to SIU Edwardsville. You're going to want to watch it with us here. ESPN Wisconsin's coverage of the 608 basketball tournament. Ethan Eisenberg for Appleton North picks up a foul on the loose ball. Oregon has it with 19 seconds to go. Let's see if they can get to the 50-point threshold here. Across the timeline, Mehring. Pass is taken away by Appleton North, but knocked out of bounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's see if we can get an Appleton North buzzer beater to get us to 67 points. That'd be fun. Inbound comes in for Eisenberg across midcourt.
Gotta hold it.
Looks like they're not going to attempt the shot. Appleton North happy to dribble out the clock. The Lightning take care of business in the semifinals. Appleton North advances to the 2025 608 basketball tournament championship tomorrow afternoon. Appleton North 65, Oregon 48. Your final score in semifinal number 1. Dennis Semrau, final thoughts on our first semifinal here at the 608 basketball tournament.
Well, Appleton North, third game in, 4 days? They're looking pretty good out here. I really like Ross Puchowski and Sweeney and Ramos. Those three finished double figures. Ross Puchowski with 20, and Sweeney in the second half really came alive. He had a couple of threes, and they were solid at the free throw line. It just took over in the second half, and the catalyst is got to be Grant Hardy. It was kind of a game-time decision with an ankle injury coming in, but I didn't look like he had an injury to me tonight. I think maybe the adrenaline rush was going. We'll see how he responds tomorrow with 3 games in 3 days. But he was definitely the catalyst, even though leading scorer didn't have to be the leading scorer tonight.
Hardy and Ramus showing that it's not just Division I talent that can show out here at the 608 basketball tournament. A couple of players going on committed to Division II schools, helping lead the way for the Lightning, advancing to the championship tomorrow. That'll do it for semifinal number 1. Once again, your final score, Appleton North 65, Oregon 40.